everybody, welcome back. It's another edition of Boozing with Jude, the international version. I've done a lot of international drinks, but I do like to dedicate these to the folks I know abroad, around the world that I've worked with over the years. It's been a great experience. So today, we're doing the Sidecar. Jude, when you did the Brandy Crusta, and we all watched that video, you said that was from New Orleans, and that was like the progenitor of the Sidecar. So how is that international if you are from the United States? You know, that's a darn good question. And what you could also ask is, if two out of the three things that go in it are actually from France, why would you be dedicating this to your folks in Britain, specifically in England? Hey, you know what? What can I say? You'll hear the story. First, I know you're dying to know about Maxie, because, you know, you'd rather that she was doing this show. Well, let me tell you what she pulled yesterday. So I was up north. That means up north in Michigan, not quite up to the Upper Peninsula. And I left her with Cassidy, who she loves. And so I was going to get her the morning right after I came back, and I get this call from this breathless woman going, "Do you have a dog named Maxie?" I'm like, yeah. She goes, as if on cue, she has to bark. Oh, she's so tough. She doesn't see anything. So basically what happened is, like, 4 big dogs that Cassidy was watching, one of them just busted open this gate that was like screwed in, and we got a band on the run. Maxie was one of them. So fortunately, we caught her. And then what did she do later that evening, early evening? I took her swimming up at the lake. And I'm coming back to my brother's house in this quiet little area. Wine. And there's a little young buck in front of us, a deer. I didn't think about it. Guess who jumps out of the car to chase it? Yeah, guess who scratched my car? Guess who was on the lam twice in one day? You're in the doghouse, miss. I want to say Mr. It has more. Listen, Mr., but she's a female. Back to the drink. Sidecar. Yes, progenitor was the Brandy Crusta from New Orleans, and actually Sidecar was regionally popular in New Orleans, but it was either the French or the English who made it an international drink. And I'll tell you the story of that. Okay, so basically, it became an international drink. And I once told you that whoever names the drink sometimes gets the credit for it. And there's an argument that Harry's, we hear about it at Harry's New York bar in Paris, that during World War I, I think it's World War I it goes back to, a U.S. Army captain comes up on a motorcycle with a sidecar. Yeah. And then there's a guy named McGarry at Buck's Club, famous for the Buck's Fizz in London, and he called it the Sidecar because there was leftover. He put it in a little shot glass, and he called that the Sidecar. Well, there ain't gonna be any leftover here. I'm going with England today, and I'll dedicate it to the folks that I worked pretty closely with at the end of this, just because, I've already done the gin and tonic, and they just drink gin like cray-cray, and they also drink mojitos, and I've already done that. So we're gonna do the Sidecar. What's in it? We have cognac. We have yes, I do have a bottle of Grand Marnier. Yay! I finally shelled out for a little bottle. And basically lemon juice. The French version would be equal parts of all three. The English version is a larger part of it's 2 parts cognac to 1 part Grand Marnier and lemon juice. What is cognac, Jude? That's French, right? Yes, it is. What do you think cognac is? I hear nothing. Maxie down here is saying that most of you are probably saying it's brandy, and you would be right. But all cognacs are brandy, but not all brandies are cognac. It has to come from that region. There are 5 little regions, an appellation of origins around the town of Cognac, and it has to be grown there. Now, what is it? It comes from distilled white wine. What happened was back in the 18th century, the region of Cognac was sending this wine over and exporting this wine to Holland. And the Holland people thought, this is crap. We don't like it. What are the French people doing? We don't like this. So they started distilling it. They had learned how to distill gin, so they started distilling it. And the French folks looked at that and said, hey, maybe we'll do that. So what makes cognac is it has to be distilled 2 times. Distilled white wine, they take the wine the first time they distill it, they call it something French. I don't know. The second time it's distilled through, they call it, no, don't make fun of me, eau de vie. eau de vie, which means like water of life. It also means spirit in French, but here, if we hear eau de vie, we think brandy. Right. And so it's cognac. But just distilling it that second time, you don't have cognac. Cognac is a mixture of a lot of eau de vies together. And so let's go with, okay, so first of all, there's several cognacs you would have heard of. The oldest is Martel. They were the first, and I have a bottle down there, but they were the first folks to make cognac, create cognac. The youngest of the ones you would know would be Courvoisier, who didn't come along until like the early 1800s. And interestingly enough, most cognac, like 99% of it, is exported. So guess what? The French don't even drink cognac. Imagine that. They don't drink cognac. Well, they have all their wines, don't they? Why bother? So like a place like Hennessy, which has over 40-something% of the market, 45% of the cognac market, they have this master team. And what they do is they taste these eau de vies and, like 10,000 a year, they say, and determine which ones should be blended together, right? And so, each cognac place has like those folks who go around just drinking this stuff and going, yes, this is like our brand. This will go together to taste like Courvoisier or to taste like Hennessy. Today I'm using Doucet. Doucet, apparently Jay-Z likes it. I think he's some sort of rap guy. I don't know. Look at, I'm a blue hair. I don't know. Doucet comes from a place called Chateau de Cognac in Cognac. It's the fortress. The cognac that they make there we can't get. It's called Baron something cognac, but they also make this for America. So imagine it's all like down and when they put it together, when they blend it, they can store it forever in French oak barrels, which can be used multiple times, but only if it was used for that purpose, and not if it distilled bourbon or something like that, or stored bourbon. So that's what they do. They can store the eau de vie for 50 years, and then they can blend it and store that for another however many years. It could take hundreds of years to get your cognac. Just saying. That's what cognac is. Okay, so and I told you before, we have the VS Very Special, which is I think aged 2 years, and then we have VSOP Very Special Old Pale, which I think has to be 4 years. XO now is at least 10 years to like 35 years. There's one in the middle now they've created called Napoleon, which is like less than 10 years, because XO was supposed to be over 4 years, but most of them are 10 anyways. So that's your cognac. Now, Jude, what's Grand Marnier? Well, interestingly, it's based with cognac. It's based on cognac. And guess what? Most of your liqueurs, it's a liqueur, an aperitif or a digestif, depending on how you're feeling. Do you want to get hungry or did you eat too much? 40% alcohol by volume, kids. Yeah, you be careful. You be careful. Don't assume because this is a little aperitif that is not going to knock you on your booty. So basically they take the cognac and then they add to it. Do you remember we talked about those civilian bitter oranges from Curacao where they use the skins? That's what they do. That's what's flavored with that orangish stuff. But because it's cognac based, mamma mia, it's so yummy. Use this for your margaritas if you have it laying around. You just be like, outstanding. So that's that Sidecar. Get down to the drink, Jude. Yes, the Sidecar is a classic. It's a classic, and as you know, it goes back to World War I. The brandy crusta, which was the progenitor, we can trace back to the mid 1800s. But this one is a World War I drink that came out, and so also a prohibition drink for us that they were sneaking, because it wasn't really alcohol, was it? Oh, please, come on. All right, so I'm going to show you how to make it. We're going to make this in a coupe glass. We're going to make it up and piece of cake. We're going to make it with a shaker, and I'm not going to do it upside down this time. So I'm going to take my ice with my hand, as usual. My coupe glass is in there, getting kind of chilled, staying chilled. It was in the freezer. Always try to freeze your glasses if you're going to have them up to keep this drink cold. You want it cold, okay? Now I like to drink cognac neat, in winter or when I have a cold, just straight up without any ice or any chills. But this is yummy. You want it cold. So we got our ice in there, and then basically it's a piece of cake. Oh, Jude, you forgot a measurer. I need to go find my jigger. I'll be right back, you guys, and it'll be like magic. You won't even think that I've been gone. Voila. Or as we say in England, Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. Okay, anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to do it the English way. So we're going to do, whoops, they look the same. This is the thing, they bottled this to look like the copper kettles that they distill them in. They distill these in copper kettles. And by the way, Grand Marnier, Marnier is the family name. The 6th generation of Marniers are still holding on to this company. They got a smash hit with this baby. Who helped with this? The guy whose last name was Ritz. So when the guy developed this in France, whose name was blah 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 Marnier blah blah, I don't know, it's French. Mr. Ritz, who was then working at the Savoy Hotel, I think before the Ritz-Carlton opened up in London, said, hey, this is good stuff. So he helped him out. It became really popular. Anyway, so we're going to do 2 parts cognac and 1 part of the other. And we're going to do 1.5 ounces to 3/4. You can do 2, 1, 1. Depends on how big you want your drink. But just remember, 40% alcohol by volume. So I'm not filling this all the way up. I'm doing 1.5 of lovely. You can just, I love the smell of cognac, and it does. If you do have a really bad head cold and you need to get cleared up, cognac is a great thing to do. So I've already pre-measured my Grand Marnier, just so you can see the color. Lovely, smells great. And I pre-measured my lemon juice, which I didn't strain, so that's all right. The cognac's darker, so it'll keep it from looking cloudy. Okay, so look, I didn't do it upside down. We're going to use my Boston shaker and give it a good shake. Okay, like it's feeling cold. Feels pretty cold now. And here we go with the big drama of get that cover off. See, when bartenders hit this, they're a lot stronger. Oh, something happened. It moved. You got to break the seal. Wow, this is a bad one. I'm embarrassed. I really sealed it good. There we go. Hot dog. Okay, so there. So now we're going to take our coupe glass, which is, it's got a little ice chip in it. Okay, and we're just going to take our strainer and strain it, serve it up. Now, if there was any left over, which there's not, I could pour it in a little shot glass and I'd have a little sidecar. Now, I screwed up and I can't fix it. So I was going to tell you that some people like the rim of sugar on it. And there's really no way for me to do that now. I just wasn't thinking. But some people don't. So I was going to rim half of it. And you know how to rim it, where you just put the, wedge of lime around it, or lemon, and dip the glass in the sugar that I have here. But if you do that now, what's going to happen? Yeah, could be dumping a drink all over. But the other thing I did in advance, because I stink with garnish, is I did a little lemon peel, a little twirled up lemon peel, nice and thin and delicate to put in there. So without the sugar, but we can just, do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Sidecar, whom I dedicate to my friends in London. Let's see. The ones I worked with on the team, Josh, Nick, Delia, Kevin, you guys, some of whom would drink this, some of whom probably wouldn't. But you know what? You should, because it's yummy. So, salute, or Bob's your uncle, or whatever you guys say there. Cheers. Here we go. This is a great hot weather drink. You wouldn't think so, because I'm saying, if you have a cold, drink it neat. But you know what? When it's hot, oh, wow. I myself wouldn't like the sugar on the rim, so I don't feel too bad about it. But if you do like a little sweetness, go by all means. Don't screw up like I did and forget to rim the thing with sugar, which, is right here in front of me. Sorry, folks. Anyways, thanks for joining me on Boozing with Jude, yet probably my last international edition for a while, although most of the drinks are from somewhere else. Anyways, I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like. I think I'm almost up to 20 subscribers. Woohoo! Thanks for joining in, and Max sends her love to you all. See ya.